This is raw and unfiltered, from sex, sports to culture, all topics considered. It's a good time with dope conversation. Every time you take a listen, it's a celebration. So tap in, you won't be disappointed. Keep it a buck, anything else is pointless. Facts over fluff, our discussions are poignant. Politically incorrect, well that's what the point is. We talk our talk like nobody else can. We give our perspective, not afraid to make a stand. Nothing off the record, every take and every rant is unapologetic, and we stand on that. We make you think, we make you laugh out loud. The realest place on the internet, hands down. We give it to you straight, nothing here is watered down. The best show in town, and you can bet the house. Yes, you can bet the house. Yes, you can bet the house. We give it to you straight, nothing here is watered down. The best show in town, and you can bet the house.
All right. Let's talk about it. I know for the last couple months I've been going through some of the worst fucking storms that a man should go through. And at first, I used to always put the blame on other people. I used to always put the blame on other people. It used to always be their fault. It was never my fault. It used to always be their fault. No matter what. No matter what was said, it was their fault. They did it. I had to tell you, I've been taking steps and strides to get away from that, I got married and I thought, all of my problems that I was having would disappear. I felt like I was ready. I felt like I grew. I felt like, yeah, this is my moment. This is my time. This is my platinum album of my life. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody wants to die with something memorable that they did that separates everything else that they did. And for me, that was my platinum album. Marriage grew me. It changed me in ways that I didn't see me changing, because in the past, I knew that I wasn't going to be this person for whoever I was dealing with. I was out here planting my seed, knowing that I have no intentions on watching the foundation grow. Like, yeah, I'm going to come by, water, give it sunlight, talk to it, watch it grow. But I had no intentions of setting that foundation in that garden. I knew that garden was not going to be in the backyard of my home, because I knew my home was going to be somewhere else. And I was okay with that, because I can't fake love. I can't tell you I'm going to be with you forever. I'm going to stay. I'm going to grow. And we're going to make hella moves. And most dudes can lie. I can tell you, yeah, I'm going to give you the sun, the moon, and the stars if it means we going to lay down and fuck. But as far as commitment, as far as love, relationships, shit like that, nah, Chief, it wasn't going to happen. I couldn't tell you I love you. We're going to get married. We're going to do this. We're going to do, yeah, all of this. And I found myself, when I got married, I found myself in a whole new world that I may not have really, really fully been capable of ready to deal with. Like, I dealt with it. I was ready for some of the stuff, but marriage is a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal than relationships. It's a whole different animal than I love you. It's a whole different animal than we are one, we are together, we are forever. And I grew so much because of it. Because I wanted love, I wanted attention, I wanted respect, I wanted understanding. I wanted to feel good in the comfort of one woman's arms for the rest of my life, as long as I walk this earth. That is what I desired. I gotta be honest, I wasn't fully ready. You know what I'm saying? I was still stuck in my old ways. I was still stubborn. I was still um, worried so much about being the man in the world that I felt like I was bigger than marriage at times. If it makes sense, I felt like I was bigger than my marriage at times because of the way that I get shown in the world. I get my reputation, my pride, my ego, the way that I move, and all of this. I got so enamored in that I felt like, yo, I'm bigger than this marriage. At times, that's what I felt like. I felt like I was bigger than this marriage. And when it was time for me to grow and adapt and focus on this marriage, I had the biggest time doing the toughest time doing that because everything that I wanted to do, I had already done it. I had already made it to where I was going to make it to. I had already done everything at the age of 25 that I set out and said I was going to do. I did all that stuff. So the running around in the streets, the fucking on random women every night, I did all of that. I didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to evolve. I wanted something real. I watched everybody around me get married. I watched everybody around me, living the life that I longed for. I got married, and I truly believed that was going to be my last pit stop on the road of love. Like, I was never going to take a detour. I was never going to go through shit. There was never going to be no roadblocks. We were always going to be smooth sailing. Oh, but I got a reality check. And a reality set in and hit me that, oh, this ain't gonna be as smooth as I thought it was gonna be. And I get it. I definitely put my foot, put the horse before the cart. You know what I'm saying? I definitely put the horse before the cart. I definitely did not step up and do the right things and say the right things and act the right ways. And I get it. We can blame the other person all we want to, but as the man, as the head of the household, everything falls on you. You can blame other people. You can say, well, hey, I did this because of what you did to me, or how you said to me, or I made this move because you treated me like this, or you talked down to me, or you, yeah. We can blame everybody. But we got to take that responsibility for ourselves. We got to be accountable for the things that we do and the way that we act and the things that we say. And I'm speaking because as a man, I always felt like, yeah, I ain't never getting married. Never. Like, I love the streets too much. I loved being able to answer to me. I loved being able to fuck who I wanted to fuck. I love being able to do what I wanted to do. I love being able to have my own independence, my own freedom, my own way of doing things. And I got to say this, I got married because I wanted change. And I felt like, yo, I truly love this woman. But sometimes love ain't enough. Love is not enough to carry a whole entire burden of marriage on your shoulders. If you do not put the fucking work in, that love shit falls very quickly as the only thing to hold you up. And that's what I felt like. Yeah, as long as we got love, we're going to make it. No, fuck no, fuck no, hell no, not even close. Like, you really had to put that shit on your back and get down in them trenches. You can't stand up on the podium and oversee everybody else work when it comes to a marriage. No, you got to get your ass down there and get in the grind and roll your sleeves up and make it happen. And that's what it was about for me. It was about, getting down there. I didn't want to get dirty. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can get down and dirty in the streets. I can get down and dirty in the bed, but I wasn't getting down and dirty for my marriage. And this is where things started to shift away. And by the time we try to put the things back in perspective and back into a place to get them right back on the same court, it's too late. Either you checking out or that person has already checked out and they just going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? We said I do what I said before is you don't understand that saying I do doesn't mean you're saying it to one person one time. No, you're saying I do to 10 different times, because in that time that you are married, people are going to change. People are going to adapt. People are going to evolve. Nobody is staying the same for 10 years. Okay? It ain't going to happen. So you're saying I do about 10 times, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poor, uh, to death do you part, to have and to hold, uh, for better or for worse, all of that. You're saying all of that at least about 10 times. You're saying it for the one time, absolutely, but you're saying it about 10 times. And this is where things get tricky. This is where things get tricky. This is where things fall apart, because if you don't take the time to build a bond, to build a connection, saying I do is just a piece of paper. The hard work starts once you sign that piece of paper. The job is not over with. Before you get married, before you say I do, is the interview. It's the on the job training. It's the unpaid internship. When you say I do, that's when the real work starts. That's when now you have to bust your ass, because now you start at 9 a.m. tomorrow and get ready to get down to work from through the door. Through the door, you doing work. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about pulling it together to keep it going. There's going to be rough fucking times. You're going to have some of the roughest times in your life. You're going to struggle. You're going to feel like, damn, do I really want to keep this going? That person's going to feel like, damn, do I really want to keep this going? Do I really want to deal with this dude? Do I really want to deal with this woman? You're going to have these thoughts. You're going to be ready to throw in the towel. You're going to be ready to throw the towel down, pick the towel back up. You're going to be ready to wipe the blood, sweat, and tears off. You're going to be ready to clean that towel. You're going to be ready. It's going to be so many ups and downs. Don't let nobody get out here and tell y'all, oh, marriage is perfect. We've been together for 10 years. We ain't never argued. We ain't never fought. Our life is so great. He pleases me. She pleases me. They do everything right. They're fucking lying. I ain't even finna lie to you. They're lying. Like, I'm telling you. Shit. I think the best part of being married is saying I do. Saying I do. Because that's where everything that you had stays the same. Once you say I do, everything changes after that. Okay? You start noticing things that you did not notice before. They start noticing things that they did not notice before. Everything becomes unified. Everything becomes as one. Everything becomes, hey, we're going to do this together. We're going to close these walls in together. We're going to make this shit happen together. It all seems that way until it seems that way. You know? Everybody feels like, oh yeah, relationships, marriage is easy. Marriage might be to some people. If you truly put the work in, if you truly put the work in, if you truly get down and do exactly what you're supposed to do, oh my God, the stars cannot be touched. They are going to be aligned the way they're supposed to be aligned, and nothing can get in your way. You're going to have temptation. You're going to have jealousy. You're going to have envy. You're going to have disrespect. You're going to have fake well wishers. You're going to have ups and downs. There's going to be the devil trying to take over, the devil trying to win. Yeah, I've been through all that. Infidelity, been through that. False accusations, false bullshit, social media bullshit. Hell yeah, I've been through all that shit. We been through all that shit. And sometimes when you are super determined to do something, you're going to move forward. You're not going to let nothing slow you down. Social media, no. Arguing, fighting over the littlest shit, no. Disrespectful friends and family, no. Nothing's going to get in your way if you truly locked in and zoned in. I admit it. In some ways, I was not ready. I was not fucking ready. Like, my history is I got this. I'm going to make this work. You know, I shrug off pain. I shrug off the burden. I shrug off the loneliness of wanting to be loved. I'm married, but I'm alone. You know, and everything that I did, everything that I felt, she felt because I checked out several times. But I always picked myself back up and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a one-sided thing. I'm not getting on here to say it was all her fault and she did it and it was just her and Smash you did everything right. Fuck no. I'm gonna tell you, I lied a lot early on. I cheated a lot. Not a lot, but I still cheated. So it felt like a lot. Um, I did a lot of fucked up things that I regret, said things that I regret. That infamous video, that's like one of the biggest regrets ever. You know, um, I got painted in a bad light and it wasn't what it appeared to be, but it still happened. And I put her through that and I put myself through that. And it took us a minute, but we bounced back from that, you know. And I still say to this day, that's still my best friend. She's still my best friend. Whether we up, down, in, out, sunshine, rain, cloudy storms, snow, whatever, that's still my best friend. And I still go to the end of the earth for that. So marriage is tough. You got to be willing to put the work in. At that time, I wasn't willing to put the work in. Like, I loved being married, but the way that I was being treated, the way that I was doing the treating, it just didn't feel like we were going to be in it. It just didn't feel like we were going to be in it, you know. And then you have, in a marriage, you're going to paint pictures of each other that might not necessarily be true. Like, she swears that I get on here and I dog her to my podcast people. And my biggest thing has always been, I've never dogged you. I've never spoken about you in a positive, in a negative light, you know. And if anything, I get on here and I talk about how grateful I am that I met you, how grateful I am that I have you, how grateful I am that we made the big moves that we made and we're doing the things that we're doing because it feels so good. So if anything, I have people in my ear like, yo, you ain't finna sit here and talk bad. You ain't finna sit here and just put it all on her. You ain't finna talk like that about her to me, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of friends that I have. I don't have friends, my podcast friends, who will sit here and let me down talk my wife to them. No, it's not how it works. Them not the kind of friends that I have. The reason being, I only really discuss marital issues and things and questions with married people that have been doing this shit for a long time, who know what I've been going through. And they ain't gonna sit here and, oh, nah, Chief, we believe you. We on your side. No, fuck no. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. They'll tell me that. And I'll listen because I came to them. They didn't come to me. I came to them. Sometimes it's good to have that marriage mentorship where you can talk to somebody that's been through what you've been through. I know I wasn't the most perfectest dude, but I tried. Come on now. I try. I'm trying. I'm trying. Sometimes people, you got to get through those roadblocks. And who's to say how long it'll take you to get through those roadblocks? You cannot do it overnight. You cannot tell another person when they are supposed to let things go. No, it has to be natural. If you're mad at me, I want it to be natural. I want it to be natural. I want us to be natural. I want us to grow as one. I want us to function as one. I want you to stop being mad when you feel you're done being mad. I can't tell you now, I'm done. I'm over it. So now you need to be over it. No, it don't work like that. Sometimes you got to elevate yourself. You got to grow. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had to take a step back, you know. Um, I felt like in order for me to be the man that I wanted to be, I had to get over my shame. The shame of not being the man that I set out to be, the man that I said I was gonna I made vows to be. I had to step out of there and get back into, okay, how do I love me again? Because for the longest time I was not loving me. I was so enamored by loving the podcast game. I was so enamored by wanting to help everybody. This is why I don't do as much as I used to do. I don't do the top 25 like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't be on lives like that too much no more. I don't record like I used to no more. Like I really, really, really just soaking all this shit up and taking a back seat and learning from my mistakes. And sometimes you have to shame. Shame has a way of sneaking up on you and making you feel like, hey, I told you I was gonna get you, right? So now you got to smack shame upside his fucking head and let him know, listen, I'm not that person anymore. I done grew. I done evolved. I done changed. I'm going to be the man that I was destined to be. I'm going to be the man that is going to be, make the family proud, make the kids proud, make the lady proud. This is the man that I'm going to be. I'm not going to be that shameful ass man. And I was cheating over dumb shit. I ain't even going to flex to you. I was cheating over dumb shit. And I thought that to me, it was just a nut. I was going to get this nut and I was going to go back and live this happy, normal life. And I felt shame every single fucking time. Every time, every time, every time, every time, every time. My moment of clarity that the shame was there was I was in the midst of a shameful situation and I started crying because I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. I knew this wasn't right. I started crying about the shit. And shame has a way of guilting you into keeping up with the shame. Oh, and she would say, oh, it's okay. You might as well finish, blah, 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 shit like that. I had to get the fuck on out of there. And that's when I realized that that's not the person I am. And I'm not going to be that person. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's even more shameful when a person has to see the shit, you know what I'm saying, that you put them through and you're the only person that doesn't see it that way because you're stubborn and you have your own way of doing things. Man, I did a lot. I did a lot of fuck shit. And it did not make me whole. It did not make me a complete man. It made me feel like a loser. It made me feel like a failure. It made me feel like, yo, I don't want to do the things and say the things that I used to do. Like, I am a guide. I am a leader. People look up to me to give them the real, the raw, and the honest. And it's like, if I can't give you that, then who am I? Like, my guys make jokes right now. Ken Sunflower. I told people I'm changing my name. It ain't going to be Big Smash. I'm just going to be going by my name. My name is Ken. And they even make the joke, oh, Ken Sunflower, he on a positive road. Boy. Yeah. And they're saying, hey, you could be a positive person, just don't change the content. And I'm thinking in my mind, shit, my content going to be fire no matter what the fuck I talk about. Period. I'm just that dude. Like, my content is gonna be hot, whether I'm on a positive vibe, whether I'm on some let's turn up, let's crack jokes, let's do like I'm never gonna change me. It's just sometimes, like life, you have to mature. You know what I'm saying? My podcast is a reflection of me. I don't put on airs and fronts. You know what I'm saying? I don't stunt who I am when I get behind this microphone. When I get behind this microphone, I speak who I am. That's just me. So I say all this. Do not say I do unless you are truly fucking ready. Unless you are truly ready to put the work in, do not say I do. Don't say I do. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a good look when you say I do to something you're not really ready for, to commit to something you're not really ready for. Because when you do decide, hey, I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm ready. That person might be like, nah, I'm not. It ain't going to happen. And it's happened. It's fucking happened. It has happened. There have been times in my marriage that I felt I was ready, and this person, my better half, has said, nah, I don't think you're ready. And then even if you are ready, I don't think I'm ready. You're gonna go through many changes in marriage. You're gonna go through many changes in life. You just have to adapt yourself, pull yourself together, pull your bridges up, and get that shit done, man. Not just for you, because the yous go out the window. Not just for me, because the me's go out the window. You're not operating under you, me, I, minds. You're now operating under us, we, ours, each other. You're not operating under, and don't let people shame you into, oh, you know, you ain't know her long enough. You ain't know him long enough. You ain't been engaged long enough. Don't let people tell you when you're ready. Honestly, because they had to start from somewhere. I know people that dated for 6 months and then got married and are living a great life. I know people that knew each other for 3 years, got married and got divorced within a year. Hell, I got married 8 months after being with this woman. Do I get mad about it? No, fuck no. One of the best decisions I ever made, ever. And she used to always ask me, if I do all these things to you, if I treat you so bad, why are you still here? And I used to tell her, I signed up for this, for better or for worse. You know what I'm saying? I signed up for this. I didn't just sign up for the good times, because there are plenty of good times. We have plenty of good times, but there are also bad times. You know, think about it, that this person saw me in my weakness, in my weakest. And I saw her in her weakness, her weakest. So it was like, you deserve to see me in my best. I deserve to see you at your best. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Like, marriage isn't about just seeing somebody at their best. It's about seeing their flaws, their intuitions. It's about seeing their insecurities. It's about seeing their fall downs and their come ups. Marriage is not just a one way up the stream, we're going to have the greatest time ever situation. That's not what marriage is. Marriage is, we're going to pull our bridges together and we're going to make this shit pop. And if we can't make it pop, then we going to keep trying until the man above says, stop this shit. See, a lot of marriage, that's another part. A lot of marriages, don't have that third strand. See, you got that person, but then nobody puts God in the middle of that. And that's why a lot of these unions be so jacked up, because God is not in the middle of it. We just started praying together. Crazy, right? But it helped. You know what I'm saying? It helped. Don't ever be afraid to feel like, if you don't have all the tools, don't ever be afraid to sit down in front of somebody that does. Counseling helps. You know, even if you don't get all the answers that you desire or get all the things that you want, counseling helps. I could tell you that right now. But you got to put God in it. All right? You got to put God in it. Any union that you do, you got to put God in it. All right? If you're saying I do forever in a day, you got to put God in it. God has to be that third strand that smooths everything over. Because if God is not holding it together, you're basically just being held up by air. God has to be an important part of your union. God has to be the one that keeps it all together, that makes it gel. That's the only way you're going to survive. So even if you feel like things are getting too pushy, things are getting too rocky, things are getting too done, even if you feel like all hope is lost, pray. I'm a big advocate of praying to God and lay your burdens down to him. Talk to your mate, communicate, understand each other, get to know each other's love languages. Just because you're married doesn't mean the learning stops. I'm going to tell you, I have been at my lowest point. I have been at my lowest point so many times. And I always say, yeah, this woman has been the uplifting light to everything that I've went through. Because through it all, good or bad, whether we was on good terms or not, she was there. You know, she loved me, cared for me, did so many things for me that others did not do. I mean, I had years with people, kids with people, and I still never got that kind of love that I wanted until I met her. Doing all the shit that a woman, that any man who wants in a woman. Like, I wanted someone to have my back. I wanted someone to understand me. I wanted someone to love me for me. I wanted affection, attention. I wanted trust. I wanted loyalty. I wanted all of those things. And I would go around to different people and get different one of those things. And it was like, no, I just want all of these things in one person. That was it. I just wanted all of these things in one person. And that's how I felt. I truly felt that way. I truly felt I just wanted all of these things in one person. I said I do. Sometimes I say, man, maybe I shouldn't have said I do. But then cooler heads always prevail, and I always feel like, damn, I said I do. I meant that shit. I'm in that shit. I'm going to keep riding until the wheels fall off. The devil can't have what God is putting together. And that's always been my mantra. The devil can't have what God is putting together. If it's your season, it's your season. If it's your time, it's your time. Ain't no man, woman, cat, dog, animal gonna get in the way of that. No haters, no weapons, nobody. What God has for you, it is for you. I'm gonna keep pushing because I believed and I signed up for something that was greater than myself. I'm gonna keep going because I believe in it. I believe in what I'm capable of. I believe in what I'm capable of doing. I believe that in order to really succeed, you have to fail. You have to. You have to fail. It is mandatory that you fall eventually. Nobody's going to sit here and tell you, oh, well, man, I went out and shot the ball 100 times and I hit every single shot. Fuck no. You're lying. I'm going to tell you right now, you're lying. You got to have strength for this shit. You got to have stamina for this shit. You got to have everything that you believe in riding in this shit, because marriage is a fucking marathon. It's not a sprint. You ain't going to master it in a day. That's one thing a person will never master is marriage. You'll never master it. It's always going to be a roadblock. It's always going to be something standing in the way. You will never fully master marriage. So stop trying. Just sit back, enjoy the ride, put the work in, kick your feet up. It's like when you retire. You get to kick your feet up, you get to relax, you get to enjoy life now. Now you get to enjoy life. That's it. You don't have to struggle and figure shit out, man. If you're not ready, don't get on the pot. Don't get on the pot. But if you are, get on that pot, own that shit, stand up, do what you got to do, and get ready. Because the world will always try to knock you down when you're happy. I'm telling you, temptation is a motherfucker. The world will always try to knock you down when you're happy. The world would always try to 5 steps ahead of you. You got to be 10 steps ahead of it, though. Nobody, the first marriage around me that I seen last was my brother's. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that, even theirs didn't start off the greatest, but they still make it. They still pull through. That man, I watched that man. To me, that was my marriage role model. I watched that man do everything in his power to make that woman happy. Everything. And I looked at him and I was like, yeah, that's my brother. Despite everything I ever went through with my brother, that was my role model. I admired him even without telling him I admired him. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched him be the man of the family. He was the man of the family. You know what I'm saying? My dad, when my dad was around, when my dad wasn't around, it was my brother. I wanted to be like my brother. I wanted to run as fast as him, fight as fast as him, beat him at everything. That was my brother. That's my brother. And when he got married, I learned so much by not even really, because he had a funny way of teaching me things. You know what I'm saying? He had that tough love complex, and I don't know. When I got married, you know, um, I ain't gonna even flex to you. That's the first time in 33 years of my life that I heard this man tell me, I'm proud of you. And, you hear all the changes from people. Oh man, you changed. We never thought you would mature like that. You never thought you would grow like that. We never thought you would evolve like that. My kids' mothers, to hear, oh, we proud of you. We proud of the moves you're making. We proud of the things that you have done, because we, in our eyes, you were a lost cause. It sucked hearing that. It sucked. Like, they always know, hey, I was gonna be a good father. Always. But I was a bad boyfriend. I was a bad mate. I definitely was. I think dealing with all of that prepared me for marriage, because I watched every last one of them after me go ahead and find happiness. And it was like, maybe I am the problem. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. I'm the problem. And I had to adapt. I had to evolve. I had to grow. And man, when I tell you, it was a wonderful feeling to hear things about how I done changed and how they proud and things like that. Oh, it felt good. Yeah. Marriage is gonna have its ups and downs. It's gonna have its flaws. You're gonna go through things in marriages that you never thought you would ever have to go through. They're gonna feel times where, damn, it has to be better than this. It has to be something worth more than this. I deserve better than this. All that. You're gonna feel all that, because I have. You know, um, you're gonna say things that you are truly gonna fucking regret. Sometimes you have to say those things in order to grow, though. Sometimes you have to say those things in order to evolve. Sometimes you have to say those things in order to get that burden off your chest. Like, I'm going to tell you, one of the hardest parts of marriage is sitting here admitting everything that you have done wrong to this person. Because only then you feel like you're never really going to grow. You're never really going to live a good life if you can't even admit all the wrong, fucked up shit you have done. So, yeah, it was the roughest experience of my life to have to admit, like, pull it all out there. It was like the roughest shit in the world to me, but I felt like in order to grow, that's what I had to do. That's what I had to do. Plain and simple. Sometimes you got to go through the hardest part. You got to go through pain to get to pleasure. It's like having a baby. 9 months of pain. And when that baby gets here, oh man, it is the greatest experience in the fucking world. That's what marriage is like. You're gonna have hella pain. But once you crack that pain, once you get through that pain, you're going to have a fucking ball. You're gonna do things, you're gonna see things, you're gonna try new things, you're gonna teach each other things, you're gonna grow with each other. You're going to see that baby that you spent 9 months forming become the most beautiful fucking thing in the world, man. I don't think I'd be where I am if it wasn't for marriage. If it wasn't for me growing. If it wasn't for me admitting my flaws and learning from them, turning flaws into lessons and passing that open book quiz over and over again, because now you feel like you are capable and the master of your abilities and the master of your life. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's fucking about. It's about growing. It's about adapting. It's about sticking through back to back and not giving up no matter what. Because yes, the roads are going to be tough. You're going to climb some mountains. You're going to climb some hills. You're going to climb a whole bunch of bullshit. I did a lot. I tell you, I did a lot, dog. I did a lot. And shame kicked my ass for it. I went through so much. I grew so much. I'm very proud of me and where I've come from. But I'm also very proud because I know where I'm going. You got to stop thinking people are always going to adapt how you want them to adapt. You got to make that adaptation happen. You got to put that work in. You got to grind. You got to stick it out. You got to work it out. Stick it out, work it out, pull it out. You have to do that. You don't put the work in, you don't eat. You don't put the work in, you don't grow. You don't put the work in, you don't get paid. Marriage is key. It's a key to life. I think everybody should strive to get married one time in their life, but only if you're ready. You got to be ready. It's a whole different animal. It's a whole different monster. It is a whole different situation. You got to be ready. When you say I do, stick with it. No matter how hard it goes, you're going to reap the rewards at the end. You're going to reap the rewards and the benefits at the fucking end. Stop letting people tell you what your marriage should be like too. Sometimes you got to go trial by error. You got to go by trial and error. Stop looking on TV and be like, oh, that's who we are. We going to be the Huxtables. No, you're not. Be you. Be you. Understand you. Grow from you. Learn from you. Learn from your mistakes. It's cool to listen and watch. I listen to all the couples that have been married. But again, their marriage is not yours. Their love is not yours. What they went through is not what you're going to go through. It might not end like that. Them little fairy tale stories, it don't always work out like that. This ain't a Disney movie. You're gonna get a Disney movie, a Lifetime movie, a BET movie, and a fucking Stars movie all in once with marriage. Can we be happily ever after? That's what Case said. You gotta work to that though. You gotta work to that. You got to. You gotta fucking work to it. You gotta push it. You gotta keep going. You gotta stay focused. I'm going to be happily ever after. We going to be happily ever after. We going to pull through, because I feel like if we made it through all the shit that we made it through, we going to make it through this. Plain and simple. And nothing or nobody's going to get in the way of the goal. Set your goals. Push for what you believe in. And keep going. And that's just where I'm at with it, man. Y'all know what it is with me. I'm Big Smash, a.k.a. Ken. I'm just a different guy. I'm in a different space. I'm in a different mode. My mind is in a different mind space. You know, I didn't do the intro to the show, but I'm going to do this.
It's the hot take. Oh, the payout, baby. It's the payout, baby. Last call. Don't hold your breath. Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I just had to play a little intros. All right, so listen, my final thoughts for the night, man. Keep growing. Never give up. Never let nobody tell you you ain't good enough, or you ain't going to be this, or you ain't going to be that. Keep defying all the odds. Keep pulling. Keep pushing. Keep proving people wrong. Use their hate as fuel to guide yourself. I know I have. You know, keep growing. Show growth. Show animosity. Show respect. Show humility. And just humble yourself. Nobody has all the answers. Even Albert Einstein didn't have all the answers. As much as history would like you to think that this man knew everything, he didn't. Model yourself. Learn, talk to each other, build with each other. It's okay to take breaks if you feel overwhelmed. But make sure when you're taking breaks, you're doing the right thing. You're not letting nobody step on your toes or step on your shoes. You're working together. You're doing whatever you got to do to get back to each other. That's what taking a break is, you know. But you work at it. You never give up. You never lose faith. And you always keep God first. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Big Smash, Bet the House Podcast. I'm out.